Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to CSL Greater Boston. I'm Gina. I am the spiritual director, and I am so grateful to be here with you this morning. We have a beautiful topic, and I am so grateful for this topic because it made me think all week long. Welcome to the temple. This month, CSL's theme is actually the body and everything that goes with it. And really knowing that it is our temple and giving it thought of how do I care for this beautiful temple, this sacred space where divine lives. So today I am going to go through with our beloved community in person and online, and we are going to talk about the body temple. And before we do that, we're going to go into a song as we always do before we pray, before we get into anything at all. And the song is actually from Laura Topper, who is actually she was here last week, a couple of weeks ago, and gave a beautiful message. And this is her music, just as beautiful. Do you know?
Do you know how beautiful you are? Can you feel the power that you hold? Do you see the light within your heart? Always there for you to have and hold. Have you found the truth in all that is? Will you hold the hand that leads the way? Do you look inside to wake your dreams? Knowing God is everywhere and more. You are the power, it's all inside of you. As you connect within and clear the way, that's all you need to do. I can feel the power that I am. I can hear the voice within my soul, knowing I am God and God is me. I now see the beauty of it all. I am the power, it's all inside of me. As I say my prayers and love each day, my light shines back at me. You have it all, it's there in you. I have it all, it's here in me. I know that you can find the way. You can open your heart today. Right now's the time to realize the love we have within our hearts. Just look inside to know the way. You know the way. We are the power. We have it all as one. We can live each day in love and truth, knowing we are free. We are the power. We have
And that power is inside. And it's so important for us to remember that there's nothing we have to do. There's no place we need to go. It's just being present in our presence that we get the opportunity to just allow that amazing power. And with that knowing, with that allowing, we're going to move into our invocation. And Karen, our beloved Karen, is going to be doing both the invocation and the reading this morning. So, welcome, Karen.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So we're all going to take a deep breath. And we know that it is a beautiful morning. We are surrounded by a love presence, a divine guiding light that surrounds us, that is in as through each one of us. This love, this presence, this guiding light, there's nowhere it's not. We know it, feel it, see it, taste it, and we hear it. And if you close your eyes for a moment and allow that feeling to permeate your body, which is the subject of our topic today, our mind, body, from our toes to our heads to our ears is perfect, full, and complete. The message is perfect. Each person listening hears what they need to hear. Of things that touches your heart. The technology is perfect. Everything flows during tonight. So the people that are here, the people that are watching online later on Facebook, on YouTube, everyone message feels it touch their heart. Our bodies are so amazing. We listen to them, we feel them, and we listen to Gina's message with grace and that forgiveness message for the music, for Christian connection, for everyone. I release knowing that it is, and we can join together today. And so the reading at the bottom, I took it from Lieutenant from Ernest Holmes, and the title of it is called "Every Part of My Body is in Harmony with the Living Spirit Within Me." Spiritual mind healing has long since passed the experimental stage. We now know that we cannot tell where the body begins and the mind leaves off. And many of us believe that the actions, organs, and functions of the physical body really are activities of the divine intelligence within us. To come to realize then that there is one body, which is the body of God, and which at that same time is our own body, is to indraw a greater spirit of life. We should daily affirm that there is one life. That life is God. That life is my life now. Every organ, action, and function of my physical body is in harmony with the divine life. There is perfect circulation, perfect assimilation, and perfect elimination. If there's anything in me that does not belong, it is removed. If there's anything that my physical being needs that it does not appear to have, it will be supplied. My body is daily renewed after the image of perfection with which it must be held in the mind of God. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which art in heaven is perfect. I affirm that my body is the body of God. It is the body of right ideas, all working in harmony with each other. The life of the Spirit does circulate through it. The law of the Spirit does govern it, and the love of the Spirit does sustain it. Therefore, I sleep in peace, wake in joy, and live in the continual acceptance that life is good. My whole experience is God. My whole life is God in action, for I am one with all life and all power. And so it is.
So it is. Absolutely. Oh, what a beautiful reading. And what a beautiful reminder. So today's topic again, and I do love the topic, it is Welcome to the Temple. And I have to tell you, one of the things about this that I love so much, well, I love that I paid attention, but I didn't love that I hadn't been paying attention, if that makes any sense. One of the things that really struck me as I was preparing this message is that I how I personally treat my body, think about my body, all that goes along with that. We know we have this vessel, it's what we use, and often. So I'm going to ask you a question. If as long as you're not driving and you're in a safe space, I invite you to close your eyes just for a few seconds, and I have a question. My question is, think about your body, your vessel. And when I say that, when I ask you that question, your body, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Now, you can open your eyes again because I wanted you to just really think about it. Was it gratitude? Or was it the seeming aches and pains? Was it the not enoughness that society tells us? That it should be thinner, taller, it should be, there's so many things that advertising tells us we're supposed to be. When we look at what's out there, even that's airbrushed. There's nothing that's not airbrushed anymore. So you look at it and you think, well, this is what I'm supposed to be. And it's subconscious most of the time. We look at the outside of others and compare our insides to others. And I'm going to tell you, you can see just by looking at me, this has been basically where I've been my whole life. And it's been a struggle for me. So trust me, when I thought about my body initially, mine wasn't, it didn't go to gratitude first. It went to all the woulda, coulda, shouldas that goes along with it. And the gift of this lesson was that I looked again, and I love my body because I have done some harsh things to it with the food choices I've made, pushing it beyond its seeming abilities at times. I mean, there were times that I literally was fighting with myself at times because I was going to do it anyway. No matter what size I was working on my feet all day. It didn't matter what was going on because I was going to prove that I was as good as anyone else. My vessel wasn't a temple. I didn't look at it that way. You know how I know that is if you let me borrow something, whatever it may be, I don't care if it's a sweater, I don't care if it's a bowl, I am going to honor that bowl and I'm going to make sure I get it back to you clean. I'm going to make sure nothing happens to it and it's fragile and I take great care of it. But did I do that to me? Did I take that great a care of me? I think nothing of walking into someone's home and if they have carpeting and they don't want you to wear shoes, I'll take off my shoes. I think nothing of it. Do I honor my home that way? And when I thought about it, I get misty. I get, emotional about it because, I don't need to be like anybody else. This is the house of God. Spirit lives right here and doesn't care what size I am. Spirit knows before I say a word what that word will be. Spirit knows everything about me and loves me exactly as I am. Yet how much do I put between me and the divine? How often do I get caught up in what am I going to wear? How will I feel when I get there? Other people will think whatever. And I'm not going to say I do it all the time, and I'm not saying that that's, but many of us get caught up in the outer trappings, and it's so personal to me because it's been a lifetime of struggle. And I'm at a place where I'm taking care of myself first. And I was raised that that's selfish, not self-care. But until I honor my temple, I am not a clear conduit for divine. Until there is nothing between me and God, then I am not honoring what I've been given. How many times when we have kids do we say, well, your toys are all over the floor, I'm not giving you anything else until you take care of what you have? And we look towards abundance and we think to ourselves, well, where's the flow sometimes? Am I taking care of what I have? What am I doing with the greatest asset I've ever been given? What I know is that everyone is made unique, perfect individualized expressions of divine. And I'm not going to kid, I see some people that are tall and thin, and I think to myself, I have to have different organs. Like I have to have been born with extra parts. But, regardless, it was perfect. I do not need to look like anyone else. As a matter of fact, when you look at a puzzle, every piece is different. All different colors, shapes, and sizes, but if one is off, the whole puzzle is useless. That's life. And when we get caught out on what the color, the shape, the everything is, I'm useless because I'm missing. Imagine walking into a beautiful forest and there's one tree that may have been hit by lightning or didn't look as good as the other trees. And I said, nope, this isn't the forest for me. And I left because one tree in the forest wasn't the way I wanted it to look. Well, our attributes, sometimes it's not the perfect to the world, but it's the perfect for what's meant for us. We don't all drive the same car. We don't all prefer the same flowers. Can you imagine telling a rose it should be a sunflower? Can you imagine telling an oak tree it should be a palm tree? We don't question that. There's so much diversity in culture that comes with everything. You'd never know it, but you can see how light skin, I'm very fair skinned. Well, when I grew up, the lighter skin was actually made fun of. So when I first found out that in African American families that the darker skin, it was bad, I was always made fun of because I was so pale. So we don't know, and I'm not comparing the two, please no, it's not about that. It's just the point that we don't know what other people are thinking. And we don't know, and we don't have to. We just honor it all. Honor it all. Because if we are perpetuating this as adults, what is going on with our children? That's where eating disorders come from. That's where the self-esteem factors come from. It's learning to love ourselves exactly where and how we are. That's what life is really about. And unfortunately, that is not what is shown when it comes to our messaging. I know that. I love these ads. My body's a temple, and I honor it always. And every body is beautiful. Now, there's ads now, especially the Dove line has come out with some beautiful things that it's just perfect where you are. For years, plus size models we're actually a size 10. So it is learning that we get choices on how we view things, outer and inner. Now, another question I have is, do you think there's a difference between physical things and spiritual things? So when you think of something as spiritual, what does that look like? When you think of a spiritual experience or spiritual, we think of whether it's ceremony, whatever it may be, whatever word comes with that, sacred. There is no separation. We don't believe in duality. So if there's no duality, there is nothing, whether you're watching online or you're in the room, it's not more or less sacred. Whether I look one way or another, I'm no different in those. No, not one is more sacred than the other. What makes something sacred is how we attach to it. It's my thoughts of it. That's what makes something sacred or beautiful. It's my thoughts about it. I have gone through, we only know our own experience. We can listen to other people's and we can be as empathetic as we can. But I can remember going through life and denying what I was feeling. So pretending it wasn't that bad. I didn't feel different. I was okay. And I just pretended it wasn't there. And I bring that up because for years, that denial kept it stuck. Now, we know everything has a yin and a yang. We know that thoughts become things. We know that everything has an in and an outlet. It's just the way it works. It is the law of attraction. We know that anything that comes to us, something else is going. It's just the way that it works. So we believe in these laws and how they work. So if I had stuck emotions about myself and I lost weight, what's going to happen? But I find it again. Because it's stuck. It was never resolved. It was never addressed. I didn't honor myself in any way. Oftentimes, weight is another symbol of pain. And until I have aligned with and healed with, and I have had a lifetime of healing. We all have our own traumas and dramas, and everything affects everyone different. So the way that I look at it in my life now is I'm grateful, not just to my body, but I'm grateful for the crutch that food was that got me through life a day at a time. Don't choose it now. I don't want that to be, but it was how I did it. Whether it was an alcoholic, sometimes it's people use all kinds of different things. Sometimes people use exercise. Sometimes people use over dieting. An obsession is an obsession, whether it's a healthy one or not. Everything's about moderation. To me, the best part of our teaching is that there is no guilt, no shame, no sin. Sin is just you miss the mark. Are we that loving with our bodies? I have known people that were absolutely gorgeous and didn't see it. I have known people that were, whether it would be heavy or skinny or whatever, and felt beautiful. And they lived their life in a different way. It's not outward. It's not about beauty in the sense of looking like anyone else. Until I'm at peace with my peace, exactly as I am, I will not find peace. And spirit is on the other side of that peace. And that's what I want. I cannot be the conduit. You know, when we go, when you think about going to have people over our house, what's the first thing we do? We clean house, right? We like everything has to get, okay, people are coming. All of a sudden it has to look good. We do that outwardly all the time. We get dressed, we go out, we try to be the best that we can. But are we covering up or are we shining? You know, you ever hear that the saying of you can put perfume on a pig, but it's still gonna be you know. So it's learning how to shine. It's not about the outside. Where are my priorities? And I have to tell you, when I went through this, it was so much emotion in me this week that I had to put it down and come back to it. So all month we're going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about what does it mean? What does it look like? What is it, you know, how do I honor myself? I love this quote from Martin Luther King. It says, the body is God's temple, but we are to worship God, not the temple. How powerful is that? Every person I see is a temple of God. And we talk about that Christ consciousness. But do I see every person as a temple? So when people say, sit down, how are things going? They're inviting me to their temple. When I judge people, I'm defacing their temple. And we all have that inclination sometimes. Somewhere, you know, it is what it is. It's human nature sometimes. Or when I compare myself to someone else, I'm defacing my temple. I get a choice on what I say, what I do, what I think. All of it takes discipline. I've known many people that have the discipline they get. They go to the gym, they have a healthy routine, they go out and walk every day, and I think, wow. But I also now can look at it and say, why not me? Why not now? And it doesn't mean that they're better or worse or there's any judgment in that. It's just a different routine. We're not all great at everything. And I don't need to run marathons, but I do choose to be healthy. So what does that look like? And maybe you choose to run marathons. You know, Reverend Barry that was here, you know, about a month or so, amazing. Like he does these decathlons, it just blows my mind. And the older he gets, the more fit he is. And I love that. So can't I adopt that? That the rest of my life is the most fit of my life? Can't I choose that I honor this temple today and every day? By the things I say, by the things I think, I choose to live in this shining temple. And it's not about the clothes that I wear, although that is something that says how I feel about myself. When we dress up, we feel better because we're honoring the temple. My sister, bless her soul, she would get her kids everything. She had 2 pairs of shoes until they wore out. Then she'd get the pair to replace the other. The kids got everything, but she didn't take care of her in that way because it was, if there was a choice, it was not even a question. And I understand the concept of that, but it also doesn't perpetuate abundance. It says that I'm not worthy of. I've known many people that didn't want to go shopping at the size they were because they wanted to lose weight first and then buy new clothes. In the meantime, if you're not honoring how you feel, you're attracting more of that. So there's so many layers And when it comes to health conditions, even more so. See, the truth is, anything can heal. Anything. Our bodies are magical. We've all seen movies like The Secret. We've seen movies like Heal, which are a documentary that's amazing. People that were literally on the brink of death coming back with no medical understanding, no modern medicine understanding as to why. Spirit can heal any vessel, any. And I also know that we each have our own paths to walk. And it's supposed to be different than each other's. I cannot do what I used to do, but I had two major cancer surgeries that most people wouldn't even be around for afterwards. So it's all a perspective, because I know I will do more than I ever did. But in this moment, I don't have to be limited by the thought of, but I don't have what they have. I can look what my body did for me. I had two partial nephrectomies with over a dozen tumors in my kidneys. Everything fell into place. The right doctors, the right circumstances in every two different states, the whole bit. And I have normal kidney functions. I'm a miracle. Do I look in the mirror every day and recognize that? Well, this lesson reminded me to do that. So my hope for you is that when you look in the mirror tomorrow or later on today, you see how beautiful you are. It's not just about the outward beauty, and it's not to compare to anybody else. You have a light in you that is divine. Are you shining? Because the only way it shines is spiritually. I have never seen that light come through to anybody that wasn't spiritually connected. I've seen people smile and look beautiful. But when you look in someone's eyes and they're lit up, there's a joy, there's a spiritual connection. Sometimes it's from nature, which is also spirit. Sometimes it's the joy of life itself, which is spirit. It's all God. And it's right here. And it's right where you are. Think about how much better our world would be if every person you saw the temple of God. If every person we thought about as that conduit of divine. If every time I looked in the mirror, and each one of us looked in the mirror, we saw that divine expression, perfect, whole, and complete. And we honored the magic and the mystical within us that heals perfectly, always. So I encourage you to really be in this place of recognizing it with me this month. We've got some beautiful things, and we've got some great. The subject itself is very vast. We barely touched it. Things like eating well is a form of self-respect. You ever thought of that? What I put in this vessel, I'm either honoring it or I'm not. Self-respect. I saw that and it was like it made me catch my breath. All of those things. We really get a choice. So I invite you to be in this place and know the light, the love, the perfect conduit that you are. And be in that flow of source. Recognize, how do you want to decorate the temple? How often do you really go in and visit your temple? What are the words you're saying? What are you doing? How are you living? around and in and as your temple. And I have no doubt that by the end of the month, we'll have released some of the stuckness, some of the trauma. For some, that actually may need help, and if so, reach out. We have practitioners that are here to know your truth and perfection. That's what we do with treatment. We know the truth of our nature. We claim it, we live it, we clear out anything that is seeming to be different. So let's clear out the blockages as we walk into summertime. Here we are in June with beautiful weather. Let's walk into this summer consciously, loving ourselves every day, honoring everything about us, because nothing heals until it's revealed. And we are only ever going to be able to love ourselves into that perfection. It's already there. It's about being recognized. So I am so grateful. And I'm just going to end with this one quote that was actually from Science of Mind magazine yesterday. Reverend Dr. David Alt is actually doing the readings this week. And our true nature never ceases its beckoning. The energy of spirit wanting can be freshly perceived as our soul's guidance to drop our striving and rest in the now. Like the tree in winter, we live in the harmony of the process. Love calls unto love to come home. The return isn't dependent on any unfulfilled transaction, on any need to prove or earn anything. Home is a recognition. It is where we uncover that all along, as homejoy, hidden perhaps from the objective gaze, nestles the seed of perfection. So the seed of perfection is right where you are. It's nestled in your home, your temple. May you recognize that in amazing ways this week. And as we go through this month, may we together appreciate not only our vessels, our temples, but each one that magnificently we get to be with. So thank you for going through this today with me. And I'd like to play a song that really makes me smile. And I invite you to really take this in. You are the face of it. May you know it.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu es l'image de Dieu. I hold you in my heart. Tu es l'image de l'amour. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. Tu sei la luce di Dio. I hold you in my heart. Tu sei il volto dell'amore. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face, you are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. You are my family. You are my family. You are the face of love. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
Eres la luz de Dios.
I hold you in my heart.
Eres la cara del amor.
You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. You are the face of God.
La luce di Dio.
You are the face
You
of
are
God.
the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of
es
God.
l'image de Dieu.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Oh,
of
c'est
God.
la luz de Dios.
You are the face
You
of God.
are the face of God.
You are the face
Tu
of God.
es خدایی.
You are the
You
face of
are the face of God.
You are the face of
Eres la luz de Dios.
You are the face of
You are the face of God, perfect, whole, and complete exactly as you are. And I am so grateful that you shared this time with us this morning. We are blessed to be here and knowing the law of circulation, that what we give, we also receive. I invite you to share our sacred giving affirmation. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And you can go through PayPal. You can scan that barcode that's right on the screen. That's also available on our website with links, and that is cslboston.org. We invite you to come to our website as well. So it could be PayPal, or you could text to give, and the numbers on the screen as well. Or if you're in person, of course, everything works. So thank you for being here with us today. And I wanted to mention we have an exciting workshop coming the end of the month. Last Sunday of the month, we always have workshops. And this coming Sunday, it is Come Home to Your Body. The wonderful Lisa Medley, who is a body wisdom expert. And it's Sustain Divine Connection. Learn 3 ways to raise your body consciousness and thrive. So that is the last Sunday, June 26th, and it's going to be right after our service. We'll begin at 11:30, and it'll be both virtual as well as in person. So she is amazing. So grateful to you for being here with us. Remember that we are here because of you, and we appreciate all that you offer. We appreciate your time, your talents, and your treasures. So thank you for being here. And know that we also are on New Thought Media Network at 5 p.m. Eastern Time every Sunday. So if you know people anywhere in the world, know that we are available. Facebook, YouTube, the message is out there. So like our page, tell people about us, and know that we are here as a loving spiritual community. So grateful for you to have joined us. And this month is going to be a wonderful exploration of our body. And not just the physical body, but all that goes with it. And I am looking forward to it because it is the gift that we get to keep giving. So I am going to close us out today with treatment with our prayer, knowing the healing, knowing the wholeness. So I invite you to take a breath, be right where you are, breathing in that perfect life-giving breath, knowing there is only one power, one presence, one love, one life, and that one is the Alpha and the Omega and everything in between, omniscient, omnipresent, and opulent. That one is light, love, peace, harmony, joy. It is all that there is, was, and ever will be. That one is both the breath and the breather. Knowing that I am that one. I am the breather. I am the living, breathing, individualized expression of divine. And as I know it of me, I know it of each one watching this right now, each one online, joining us from home, each one watching a playback, each one before me right here and right now. Each one an individualized, perfect expression of divine, a perfect temple. Knowing that the light within is radiating as brightly for each one. And right here, right now, I clear away any seeming barrier, any seeming blockage to that light. Whether it be advertisements that we saw, words that had echoed in the past, there is no blocking that perfection right here and right now. I claim the truth for each one, perfect, whole, and complete, knowing that each one, that physical temple, that absolute perfection of spiritual nature, that holy, sacred space is perfect right here and right now. And I allow that perfection to be demonstrated in amazing ways, recognizing it every time I laugh, every time I sing, every time I dance, recognizing the shining eyes of each one I meet, recognizing the truth. When I look in the mirror, the shine is right there. Spirit is right where I am. And I am that conduit of divine, as each one is. And as I know that truth, I live in peace and bring peace and harmony out into the world in more and more beautiful ways. And I know that for each one, shining the light, the love, the harmony as a blanket, wrapping it around this beautiful thing, and Mother Earth herself. So grateful for that power entrusted upon me and each one, knowing that each one is divine. I am divine. So in that knowing, in that power that anything is possible, I give it to the law to be the doer, to make it easy, to demonstrate in amazing ways. So with joy in my heart and filled with gratitude, I say amen and blessed be. And together we say, and so it is. And finally, our last thing is our affirmation for the week. And I invite you to join me. My body is the house of divine. And one more time, let's say it together. My body is the house of divine. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you for being with us. With love in my heart and joy, thank you. Have a beautiful and blessed week. And as we play our final song, I see the beauty in you. Blessings and love. Namaste.
I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you, and so it is. I see the child in you. I see the sweetness in you. I see the softness in you, and so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the goodness in you. I see the wisdom in you. I see the strength in you, and so it is. I see the joy that's in you. I see your light shining through. I see the love that's in you, and so it is. I can see it. It's right there before me. I can feel it deep in my soul. I just know it, that you are an angel full of magic and power and pure sweet love. I see the grace that's in you. I see the courage in you. And I see the heart that's in you. And so it is. And I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the greatness in you. And so it is. I see the beauty in you. I see the beauty in you. I see the power in you. I see the power in you. And I see the greatness in you. I see the greatness in you. And I see the goodness in you now. I see the goodness in you. And I see the wisdom in you. I see the wisdom in you. Oh, I see your strength, your strength. I see the strength in you. And I see your joy, joy, joy. I see the joy in you. And I see your light shining, light. I see the light in you. And I feel the love that's in you. I see the love in you. And I see the grace that's in you. I see the grace in you. And I see the courage in you. I see the courage in you. And I see the heart in you. I see the heart in you. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is.